All right, NBA fans, buckle up. This year's Western Conference is an absolute war zone. From the defending champs in OKC to the young and hungry Spurs ready to make noise again. This might be the most stacked Western Conference we've ever seen. So today, we're climbing the ladder and breaking down how each Western Conference team stacks up going into the season. So let's start at the top. At number one, the defending champs in OKC. Balanced, deep, hungry. Last season, they had the best defensive rating in the league at 107.5 and were top 5 offensively. They don't really have a weakness. Everyone on that roster can play both ends. SGA, he's not just an MVP, he's looking to repeat as MVP. And with guys like Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, and that scary bench, OKC might just run it back. At number 2, the Denver Nuggets. You still have the best player in the league in Nikola Jokic. And let's not forget, Aaron Gordon looked insane in last year's playoffs. Denver went out and added Cam Johnson. So if Jamal Murray can stay healthy, they're right back in the mix for that top seed. Don't sleep on the champs from a couple years ago. They're still right there. At number 3, the Houston Rockets. That's right. KD plus this young, athletic core equals problems. Kevin Durant is still one of the most efficient players on the earth. Add Amen Thompson, Jamari Smith Jr., Tari Eason, and Alperen Şengün inside. That's a nightmare matchup every single night. Even without Van Vliet, who unfortunately tore his ACL and will be out for the season, Houston's playmaking depth is unreal. They've got weapons everywhere. At number 4, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards showed up to camp ripped. He's locked in. And Julius Randle's toughness, Rudy Gobert and Jalen McDaniels anchoring the defense, and Naz Reid bringing in buckets off the bench, Minnesota's built to win. The X Factor, Dante DiVincenzo. He's going to get way more touches this year with the exiting of Nickeil Alexander-Walker to Atlanta. If that offense clicks, they could jump a tier. At number 5, the Clippers. Now this one is simple. If healthy, they're absolutely terrifying. Kawhi Leonard, still an elite player when he's on the court. James Harden, capable of dropping 40 on any given night. Zubac, one of the most underrated players in the league. And let's look at the rest of that roster. Bradley Beal, Brook Lopez, John Collins, the addition of Chris Paul. They are stacked, but health has been the Clippers' enemy for years. If Kawhi can make it through the season healthy, they're right there in the top 5 mix. At number 6, my San Antonio Spurs. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate in the comments for this one, but the Spurs belong here. Remember, Victor Wembanyama and De'Aaron Fox only played 5 games together last year. 5. A healthy Fox and Wemby combo is scary. Then you add Steph Castle, the reigning Rookie of the Year, plus the new rookie number 2 pick, Dylan Harper. They've got playmakers everywhere. Luke Cornett looks like an offseason steal. Keldon Johnson and Devin Vassell can finally play their natural roles. And Jeremy Sohan can go back to being that havoc-causing defensive glue guy. And don't forget, Pop's health issue forced him out of the season early last year. So this year's group finally has stability and health. If the Spurs can grab a top 6 seed, Wemby's name will be right there in the MVP conversation. I truly believe that. Now, the play-in zone. And this is where it kind of gets messy. The Lakers. Luka got himself in crazy shape, but LeBron's missing the first few weeks. If they can tread water, they'll be fine. But depth is a real question mark on this team. The Mavericks. Cooper Flagg has looked unreal this preseason. AD is still elite when he's healthy. Gafford, Lively, PJ Washington, all solid role guys. But it's all about surviving until Kyrie returns. The Kings. LaVine and DeRozan can score with the best of them. Sabonis is a walking double-double and one of the most underrated players in the league. But history always catches up with Sacramento. The Warriors. Steph Curry is still one of the baddest dudes alive. But losing Kevon Looney hurts their interior toughness. And even with Jimmy Butler in the mix now, the West is just too young, too deep. Golden State might be good, but they're not great anymore. The Grizzlies. Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. are still electric, but losing Desmond Bain hurts bad. That offense won't have the same spacing it's had in the years past. The Pelicans. Zion is a monster when he's healthy. DeJounte is one of the best two-way guards in the league. Trey Murphy is lights out, and Herb Jones is an elite defender. But man, every year something happens. Until they prove otherwise, I just can't trust the Pelicans. So that's my Western Conference ladder. And I know some of you are going to strongly disagree with me in the comments, and that's okay. But this season, the West is wide open. You got a potential dynasty in OKC, but you got some young, hungry teams that are coming for them. So let me know in the comments, who's your sleeper and who's your fraud? So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications, because we're breaking down everything from preseason hype to playoff chaos right here on Down South Sports. Appreciate y'all tuning in as always. Peace, love, and go Spurs go.